Yes, sir. We in the building.
What's good? What
Big
is
Willie Styles, King. Of course, Big A be joining us shortly. We three kings. And we three kings is on a we three win streak right now. Listen, we got to talk about it, man. Listen, the Lions is on a 3-game winning streak.
Yes, sir.
After a sounding victory, I would say a sounding victory against the New York Giants, and I believe somebody was putting on Twitter that they was going to take this one, and the Giants was kind of fraudulent. Who might that have been, King?
Well, I don't know, man. Can smell a fraud from a mile away.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Listen, watching this game today has to be for me the most complete game the Lions have played all season. All two in 2 seasons in years.
In some years.
From both the defensive side and the offensive side. It was good to see both sides of the ball do well. It was, more or less a mistake-free game. Wasn't too many penalties out there that cost us this time, and then there wasn't too many big plays that cost us this time. And we were the one making the big plays, not only on defense, but on offense, man. So, King, man, give me your spiel, man. How you feeling right now?
Feeling great, man, because we're seeing a lot of things that we've been mentioning come to right now. One thing we was telling the fan base to, just calm down and chillax a little bit, on the coaching staff. We y'all trying to fire Aaron Glenn, you're trying to fire Dan Campbell already. You know what I'm saying? We got some guys back. We got some guys back, some guys got healthy, and the defense has been playing much better. Listen, man, those young guys, man, they're developing right in our faces. Aiden Hutchinson was supposed to be a bust, according to a lot of people. We got to bring receipts, right? This guy, just has a nose for the football. He just has a nose for the football to be smart as a rookie like that, a defensive lineman, to step back and go back there and get a pick, to have the awareness to go and jump on that fumble today. Those were big plays, game-changing plays for this Lions team, man. So,
and he's been making those game-changing plays throughout this win streak. Let's go back. We go back to the Green Bay game in which he made that touchdown saving interception. Yeah. We go back into Chicago where he made that outstanding stop at the goal line, and then at the end of the game where you're needed the most, he made that critical sack at the end of the game to stop Chicago momentum from them trying to come back in that game. And then, of course, this game, reading the coverage, getting that interception, also having the wherewithal to go after that fumble, which allowed us to ice the game today. So, to be honest, as of those 3 games, there should never out of anyone's mouth utter a bust at all,
man.
Just off of those 3 right there.
Yeah, just the turnovers he's amassed, period, man. Out of the entire league, he's top tier. Not just rookies, the entire league right now when it comes to those turnovers right now. And then when you look at the rookie race, man, come on, dude. This dude has more. He has more sacks than Thibodeau and Walker combined. You see what I'm saying? So it's just like, man, I'll take a guy who can go out and make game-changing plays any day over a guy that's just getting a bunch of empty sacks. I'll take that any day. You can have 10, 11, 12, 13 sacks. If it's not impacting the game to win the football game, I take Aiden Hutchinson all day.
Indeed, and also not just Aiden Hutchinson making plays. We had another rookie making a play today in Kirby Joseph with an interception. Yep. And it seems that those draft positions, those draft things that we got are starting to rear their selves right now, which I have to give a shout out to the defense. The defense has been, the early part of the season, they've been horrendous, of course. Mm-hmm. But the fact that they're showing up now, and also
Limit McNeil.
Oh, you see, you already you beat me to it. You beat me to it. Has not had his best game ever in which he was so good they had to replace the guard. This is something that we were speaking of that we thought we were going to see earlier on with McNeil, but I'm glad that he's showing himself out to where now it's going to benefit that front line, and also it pushes this defense better to where we're starting to look a lot better than what we once before. Now, I'm not saying we're going to be like that lockdown. We can't just jump from the worst to being a lockdown, but you see the strides. Like you said, there was on a Fire Glenn train, but we can't say that right now.
No, not at all, man. Like I said, it's the effort that this team, when they had that, I mean, you got to look at the record we had. And then over these last, I would say 4 games, the effort that this team has been giving is amazing. It tells you everything you need to know about your coaching staff. Players ain't going to get up and play for anybody. These players, they get up and they play their hardest for this coaching staff. So imagine what it's going to look like when we do finish filling out this roster. When you have a team where you got some stars that's been developed here, homegrown guys, but when you go out in free agency and grab some veterans and bring, even more to this defense. So, like I said, it's all going to fall in line, man. But when you look at the rest of the season, you got some more winnable games.
Yeah.
You got some more winnable games.
Especially in this division that we're in. We're the hottest in the division right now there, King.
Absolutely, man.
When last time you were able to say
it?
Who would have thunk it? Who would have definitely thunk it? But to be honest, let's look at it. It didn't go the way that everyone imagined it would, but I could imagine everyone, with a lot of us, thought this was where the Lions was going to be at when it comes to the win-loss right now. We're right around where we thought they would be at. A lot of people said 7-9. A lot of people said maybe 10-7, maybe 9-8. And right now, we're on that cusp right now. Yeah. Am I right? It's like it started off shaky. We was all down about it when we were at 1-6, but now that we're at 4-6, it's starting to turn itself out to where we thought the Lions would be at. I mean, we won 3 games in a row. We won all but 3 games last year, so that's a vast improvement where we're going. And you can see it now that where they're being competitive on both sides of the ball. We just needed to wait for the defense to finally wake up and catch up to where the offense was doing. And then it was a point in time where the offense fell asleep. But today was a complete game. Both sides of the ball. Shout out to Jamal Williams with 3 rushing touchdowns, man. Leading the league with, what is it, 12 now?
Yeah.
Leading the league. And to be honest, it looks like, it looks like Swift is still not 100%. The way he was running today, it didn't look to be that.
Dan Campbell said he's getting healthy. He's not healthy yet. He's getting healthy. So they're trying to nurse this thing along while he's playing. You know what I'm saying? So my question is this to you, Willie. Where does this leave the possibility of seeing Jameson Williams this season?
We got to, in my opinion, just because, for one, our receiving core is still banged up. And for 2, whether we're in a position or not, we still need to know, what type of talent that we have going into next season. So I still feel, even if it's just the last 4 or 5 games of the season, it's still good to get him out there just to get him acclimated of the feel of the game. You don't have to rush him into the starting lineup and give him a bunch of plays, but it definitely we need to see how he will open up that field, because that's what he was brought in for, to be that down the field threat if Jared Goff can get the ball down there. But yeah, we definitely still I don't believe in saving him. We drafted him to play, so let him play, and if we're in a position to where, because right now, to be honest, we're not too far off outside of making the playoff
at all.
Because look at the other teams that's playing. It's a lot of teams that's not playing very well right now. Yeah. That we thought would be in a better position. Rams and Saints and a few other teams out there that everyone thought they was. So we're not too far off.
Yeah, it's like I said, for the draft pick crowd out there, that Rams pick is looking better and better And it's going to continue to do that, number one, because Cooper Kupp is out for the rest of the season. And then Matthew Stafford suffers another concussion today. So ever since they lost big parts of that offensive line, it's been I mean, treacherous over there.
And injuries, and it's yeah. And like I said, in the NFL, it's hard to repeat.
Yeah,
it's hard to repeat. So it's good. And we got 2 first rounders and 2 second rounders to do some things with now. It's not bleak that we're not in a top hit, part of the draft. I know people are, real heavy on trying to get us a quarterback early in that first round, in that, the first couple picks. But to me, like I keep telling, I'm not sold on, those guys to where, we got a tank to get them. Like Bryce Young, he's a great, player. He's how he operates the game, but he's a small guy still. And I'm definitely not sold on CJ Stroud, because I believe he's a system quarterback.
Quarterback. And then Hooker is towards ACL. You know what I'm saying? So
yes, he did. So that's an end for him.
Yeah, so it's just, I mean, hey man, you got 2 first round picks. You should be able to go and get some really good talent with those 2 picks. I mean, like I said, I'm not against teams shooting for guys, but for when it comes to those quarterbacks, those guys are not just a flat out deal to where you go and shoot for them. I know Jared Goff is not the guy for the future. He's not the quarterback for the future. I get it. But, man, if you have an opportunity to go out here and win games, you do that. Number one, it's going to continue to elevate you developing these young players. Them getting a taste of winning football games is everything right now. It's everything. Their confidence, it shoots sky high. The game slows down a lot for these guys. You watching Aiden Hutchinson get better and better. He's learning more and more out there.
Exactly. And then, if you watch, Dan Campbell in the locker room, he speaked on their mental. Like they're mentally they're there now. The mistakes that they were making, the penalties, being out of positions, a lot of that comes to being mental. And he spoke on that. Now they're in a position right now that they're freer now, to where they could play a little more freer and put together like with this win streak that we had, and they're garnering the confidence now. So shout out to Dan Campbell for weathering the storm. He was under fire for a lot of calls that he made. Of course, everybody, when he's down there at 4th and goal, people was like, oh, here we go. He's going to go ahead and try to go for it. But he was like, no, the conditions that we're facing and things that we're doing, we're going to go ahead and get these points. And it worked for him this time. So shout out to Dan Campbell, because he's also growing as a coach as well.
Yeah.
With this team. So yeah, it's definitely a proud moment to be able to come on today and be able to speak on the Lions in this win streak, and they're looking the way they're doing. Anthony Richardson, to me, he will be a nice project. It is something that I was considered later in the rounds that we could get it. It's a lot of those quarterbacks coming out this year. And that's why I say I'm not in a rush to have to want to try to tank to get one of those guys when, there's some guys available that we can develop, which I wish we would have did this year, with us. But we ain't gonna go there. But if it depends on what they're feeling like with Goff, and if they're going to trust them for another year, or like I said, to me, I feel that even if Goff, plays well throughout the season, I just feel like we need to cut him, just for the fact of the matter is of the amount that we can have with him and Brockers and a few other guys off the books. Yeah. It's like I feel like we can go ahead and get us a guy in free agent as a quarterback that can be in between from a guy that we get out of the draft. So I know that's a touchy subject right now, but everyone, I don't know how everyone feels about, saying keeping Goff, past this year. What about you, King?
Yeah, I like I said, I've been, past Jared Goff. For what it's worth, At times he's serviceable, and that's at times. But like I said, Jared Goff is not a guy that's going to win you football games. That's just not what he is. And I want a quarterback that can go out there and win me football games. That can extend plays and use his legs and do other things. That's not afraid to throw the ball down the field with accuracy. We have Jameson Williams, ladies and gentlemen. We need a quarterback that can get him the ball accurately down the field. Jared Goff is not a guy that throws accurate passes down the field. He's not even a guy that throws tight spirals. It's not to trash Goff. He's just not that. You know what I'm saying? So it's nothing personal. But I need that.
And he's not mobile.
No.
And it's like we're going, as you can see today with Jones, Daniel Jones, how he was able to extend a lot of the plays by just being able to get out the pocket. And we're in that era in which you got, like I said, you got guys coming at the quarterback fast, and you can see the panic in Jared Goff, in which why his throws sails or don't go where they're supposed to, because he can't step up and or he can't shift over enough to where he can get that ball out there because the pressure is on him. So it's an element I believe that we need to go ahead and tap into if we're going to be one of the teams of the future. Like, that's the quarterback of the future. You got to be mobile. You got to be able to move. You got to be able to scramble. Not saying you have to be a dual threat, but you got to be more mobile to where you can be able to extend plays, because the way the defenses are set up with these fast guys, you got guys like Hutchinson getting after the quarterback. You got guys out there, these defensive ends, they're running 4.4s and 4.5s, weighing 270 pounds. Like, that's unreal.
Right.
And we got to be able to keep up with it, even with the type of line that we have, because we got an awesome line still, and that's what made this game, much more manageable, because we got positive yards, and Jared Goff didn't have a sack this game either. Yeah. So that should tell you what we got up front. Right. No sacks, rushing touchdowns. We have 4 rushing touchdowns today. We got, saying that foundation up front, which I've been preaching. I'm glad that we see that we got that foundation up front, man. That's what we need, because if you got a good foundation up front, the sky's the limit, in my opinion.
Yeah, and you seen what effect that had today on the defensive side of the ball too. When your front 4 is, doing their job, stopping the run. Look at the job we did on Saquon Barkley today.
Oh yes.
You know what I'm saying? So when they're doing their job, those guys behind them, they're going to flourish. They're going to flourish. You know what I'm saying? So it starts with the trenches on both sides of the football. We all know this. We've seen an era of Bob Quinn and Matt Patricia where they tried to build that. They didn't do it correctly on the defensive end, but you got to give them a little bit of credit on that offensive side of the ball. They built part of those trenches. And, good teams understand that. So, yeah, man, defense, like I said, we only starting. You know what I'm saying? And these guys got a lot more to improve. They got a lot more to learn out there. But you watching young guys turn to solid players and potential stars right in front of you. You're seeing the development with these guys. That's what you want to see in a rebuilding process. You want to see some type of improvement and development. And, man, today it was just fun watching the Lions.
Today was a culmination of that. I believe this is what we have been waiting to see, and I know a lot of the coaching staffs have been preaching that, and they've been saying we just that close. We've been that close. We've been that close, and it was good to see a good all-around game from the Lions. Something that we are not used to seeing, haven't seen in a long while. And the fact that they were both sides of the ball, very competitive, very sound in their operating. And shout out to Ben Johnson for the play calling, man. I have been more entertained by the play calling of Ben Johnson and the schemes that they're throwing out there, because there were some times you watching the Lions, you knew what was coming and what they were going to do. But Ben Johnson has been installing some things to where he gets his playmakers the ball, particularly Amon-Ra St. Brown. It just looks like he's always open.
Yeah. You got to give him credit, man, because even you seen him, dial up some plays where we seen a guy and Khalif Raymond get open. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, you got to give him credit anyway. He's a rookie coordinator. He's a rookie coordinator. So, like he's going to have moments where it's like, man, maybe we should have did this. Maybe we should have did that. All these guys are learning on the job. You know what I'm saying? All of them are learning on the job. But man, once he gets the rest of those tools he needs on this offense, it's going to be crazy.
It's definitely going to be crazy. But it's something that we've all, since the beginning of the season been saying, like, once we get there, like, first, let's just lay the foundation first. Yeah. Next, let's go ahead and get them tools. And then after that, we're going to make some noise. And I believe that's, we're in that phase 2 of that right now. And listen, if you guys see me looking down, I'm putting your names in. If you guys are not aware, today is the Pistons tickets giveaway. So I already got a lot of you guys in, but a lot of guys, I'm putting your names in as we go along. So if you don't comment, then you might not have a chance for the raffle. So if you want to get a chance to win this raffle, if you didn't do what we said on Twitter, you might want to drop a comment in the comment section so I can make sure that your name is in the raffle. Okay.
Is there anything specific that you want them to comment in the comment section?
Hey, listen, they can comment anything that they want to. I'm looking at names. You can even say Big A is late. Put that in the comments. Like, what I'm saying, you can put anything. I'm just gonna be checking right now.
Had to get the little one together, man.
Hey, trust me, we all know the struggle,
man.
So, man, we was talking a lot of good pointers, man, about the Detroit Lions. The performance overall, offensively and defensively today. Lynn McNeil in the middle, Aiden Hutchinson. I mean, just all over the place, man. Guys just making plays, doing what they got to do.
Hey, King, I got a stat for you. It's only one player in the NFL that got 3+ sacks and 3 takeaways. Can you tell me who that is?
His name is Aiden Hutchinson.
A person that they were saying was a bust, dude.
Yes, we didn't eliminate the bus talk. There's no more bus talk.
There's no more
talking up at all.
Yeah, did the announcers did Kayvon Thibodeau play today?
Yeah, he played.
Okay. I was just wondering. I didn't hear his name called today for anything. But yeah, like I said, Aiden, man, did his thing today. Lynn McNeil did his thing today, man. The defense in general did their thing, man. Kirby Joseph, man, like I said, just continues to make plays. So when you got guys who are developing into playmakers, that's where you can start winning football games, because that's what it's all about. You got guys out there, they play solid football, but you need playmakers. You need guys that's going to create turnovers, man. That's going to go out there and create touchdowns. That's what you need to win football games. And today we seen that from the Lions.
It's amazing, dude, when you got a guy that you can put his hand in the dirt, that you can stand him up in the 2-point stand, that you can drop him back in coverage, bro. And it's just like, one thing what we not looking at, right? This is my thing, right? If Brad Holmes can get the draft right, man, just think about it, bro. Like, you got these guys, like, you can't really, like, give them the credit for Aiden because it's like, he's there, right? It's like giving them credit for Calvin Johnson and Sue, but it's just like you said, the Kirby Joseph, the Malcolm Rodriguez, the Lynn McNeil, like these guys, and it's just like, get the other part of the draft right, like, dude.
But what, Big A, it's right now. It seems like it has, like you said, like with the McNeil, he finally showed up and showed out today. Thank the Lord. And then you got, like the Kirby Josephs and the Rodriguez and the Hutchinsons and a lot of them first and second year guys that we drafted outside of the first rounds are starting to rear their heads.
Is Barnes a Brad Holmes guy, or was he before?
He's a second year guy.
Okay.
So yeah, Barnes is showing up some. So it was looking bleak in the beginning. I can agree with you on that, Big A. But now you're starting to see those guys, because what they needed was experience, and they're starting to garner that experience, and now they're turning into plays now.
Yeah, but when you passing over some guys, like when you passing over some guys, and it's like, like I said, we could just get these other parts right, man. And like I say again, give Aaron Glenn some toys, man, and it's gonna be crazy.
But
man.
I feel that right now, I think we really need to attack free agency this year. Like attack it really hard because you're seeing like foundational pieces that we got right now. Not just out the draft, because the draft is going to be the draft. It's going to be some unpredictable things in the draft, but I feel like we got to get this free agency right. You know,
but that's my thing about free agency, though, right? It's like the Lions always paying for guys that's just coming to get a check.
We got to give Brad Holmes an opportunity, though.
But I mean, it's like you overpay these guys to come here, man, and the free agency just don't work out for the Lions. Like,
right. But it's with these other regimes, and you're right. But I feel like with this regime, and you're seeing where we're going, that is important for not just for Brad Holmes, but for Dan Campbell to be able to weed that out. Like, listen, this is what we got going on. You're gonna buy in, or we're not gonna pay you. And I think at this time of the year, I feel that once free agency comes,
I'm right here with Lions Talk chat. Like, we got to hop on those things where you see a Raekwon Smith going for a lesser draft pick too. We got to hop on them things, man, because
I will too, man. That right there, Lamar Jackson. To me, I feel that's even if we don't get him, we gotta put an effort forth to at least try, in my opinion.
I think every team probably is. Like I said, it takes two teams to tango, in these situations. Right. So I think every team is calling on these guys that we're mentioning right now. As a GM, it's just your due diligence. You just have to. But getting some guys to come here that's not just here to get a paycheck.
Exactly.
It's going to be something that's extremely and largely measured for Brad Holmes in this next free agency.
Yeah. But to be honest, you're seeing that now.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of guys we got in this that's on this team that's not out there on the field, even though they're getting paid. But these young guys is stepping in, and like I said, shout out to Rodriguez. He came in and showing up the whole linebacking core. So they're not going to say, "Oh, just because we're paying you a bunch of money, you're going to play." No, we're going to play the best. And if you're going to get paid as the best, you need to come play as the best, or we're going to get somebody else in there.
You ain't finna tell me they couldn't find no better linebacker than Alazoni, though. Right? Yeah.
I mean, but, he's been solid. I know there could be better options, but for the price that everybody
you just sat up here and said a 6-rounder came in, he showed up everybody.
Yeah, so but Anzalone.
I mean, for as far as Anzalone is not a star linebacker. But
we go.
He's solid, though. You know what I'm saying? For what it's worth, he is serviceable. He does make some plays out there. Right. He's just not no star. He's not a guy that's just, you're not scheming against Anzalone.
Yeah.
He's a rotation guy. He's a rotation guy.
There we go. Yes.
But that's the thing about it. No, I don't believe anybody would see that Anzalone wasn't somebody that you was going to build your defense around. He was the fill-in. He was supposed to be a fill-in. It's supposed to be guys that can take his place, in which that's what we need in free agency. We need somebody to, take over for Anzalone. Take him out the way. Listen, Anzalone, he's solid, but he's not your star linebacker that we need. Of course, that's obvious, but he's feeling what he's feeling what he's been told to do. He's a guy. Listen, you're gonna do this and just do it. Anything extra?
He one of those coaches guys, man. That's what that is.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, he deserves to be on the football field. He's just not the starter.
Not no starter. That's what.
He's not he's not the guy that you start out there.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying like, oh no, he don't need to be on the field, but most definitely not no guy that's starting that line. But ain't no running back coming up to that line and say, "Hey, there goes Alazoni. Let me run the other way."
Wait, listen, watch out now, because Anzalone was thumping today.
He was thumping today.
He was doing some things, and like I said, of course, and
he's a depth guy for sure.
Yeah, and that's what it is. He's definitely a depth guy. I mean, that's what the next step that we need to take is like, okay, now we got guys in that we know can play. We need to create depth. We need to create competition. Anzalone, like you said, we need somebody to come in and take him out for that starting lineup, but also keep him in there because he brings that depth that we need at the linebacker position. And that's why I say free agency is very important.
And this is the next step for Brad Holmes, and it's crazy important, man, because it's not easy to get guys to come to Detroit.
Exactly.
But guys watch football and they listen to locker rooms, they listen to other players, and they even talked about on TV, you know, how a lot of guys around the league are saying that they would love to play for Dan Campbell and Aaron Glenn. So that's a positive. You know, that's a big positive. Maybe you got some guy that wants to come here and say, hey, man, I want to be a part of that. You know what I'm saying? I want an opportunity. I want to go and I want to play and I want to show people, you know, what I can be. Right. So hopefully that's what we can get instead of another paycheck, man, because that's what it's been over the last 4 to 5 years.
Exactly. And that's my fear with bringing people here, man. It's just like they come here, they get a check. All of a sudden they got these long injuries where you already know they just come in here to get a check and then go to their next destination.
Right. And that's why I feel that, you know, like I said, looking into this year, we got guys that's not playing right now because, you know, they come to get a check. And that's something, like you said, we got to be able to, you know, decipher. Listen, if you come in to play, if not, listen, we're going to get somebody that's going to want to play. So let's get it going.
Instead of it being destination, you know, restoration, is destination vacation for me.
Exactly.
It was.
I come here, get a knick-knack injury, and I'm on vacation.
Exactly.
I'm on the beach covering somewhere.
Yeah,
you know
collect my check and just keep going. Yeah, like, and that's what I'm saying. That's why I feel like that's why we can't afford to slip up in the drafts. Like, get those guys, man, because like we all knew, like, man, it's like you have to go get a quarterback this draft, but that would have been taken care of this past draft.
Yeah. And who was out there? Who's out there, Big A?
Yeah.
But you know, we going to, like I said, today is a celebration.
Yeah, no, for sure.
3-game winning streak by the Lions. When last time you been able to say that? We ain't said that since 2017.
Man.
Last time the Lions had a 3-game winning streak, and it's possible we may be in a 4-game winning streak come Thanksgiving. So we just gonna keep the hopes alive.
I'm glad you brought that up, Nomis J. Shout out to Nomis J, man. I'm not gonna lie. Ever since Aubrey been missing, Amani's been solid. He has been solid over these last 3 games. I'm not even gonna sit here and act like he hasn't, man, because he was having some struggle moments, man, at the beginning of the season.
But you gotta look at who he went up against too. In the beginning of the season.
He did, man. But I just feel like in general they just been playing with a little bit better energy.
Yeah, and the thing is that sometimes that's needed. He made it needed to take a step back. You know what I'm saying? And get his stuff together, you know. Sometimes, you know, your confidence can go when, you know, you're getting all, because he was getting penalized a lot too. But, you know, I'm glad for guys like, Coach Glenn that, you know, okay, I'm gonna pull you, but this is not just gonna be the end of your career. You're gonna have an opportunity to get back in there and build yourself back up. Like I said, he's still a second-year guy. I mean, cornerbacks is gonna have those types of games and times.
Third year.
Yeah, is he third year right now?
Yeah.
Okay, third year. Well, he was a starter, but he had to get brought back down. And like I said, season's still not done where he may not put himself back in that starting position. And that's what I like about this team is like nobody is set in stone on this team right now, as they shouldn't be. Everybody need to work for that position. Nobody is set at any position right now for what I can see.
And then you got to also look at it too. At the beginning of the year, you know, we wasn't really getting that pass rush. You know, everybody was running away from Aiden, so it was like a lot of teams had a little bit of time to throw, man. And then especially when we start off going against all them dang on mobile quarterbacks, so you know how that go, man. So
yeah, like I said, I've been more impressed with the Lions over these last 3 to 4 games with the performances that they've had against the quarterbacks, man.
Yeah,
because we get killed by them, but today, you know, they wasn't having that shit today.
Yeah.
Even though Daniel Jones got away a couple times, they wasn't having it. Even when we played Aaron Rodgers, they wasn't having it too much, man. No. So, you know, like I said, it's just watching this team learn and get better, man. It's all I'm asking for. It's all I'm asking for this season because
healthy.
Yeah, and healthy. You gotta get healthy, man. And speaking of health, man, Okuda, concussion protocol. Probably will not be playing Thursday. So that's going to be tough because we need him out there. You know what I'm saying? We can't afford to be losing guys at corner right now.
He got caught. Caliber. He got caught in some friendly fire out there. That's what he ran into his own man on that little. It was a penalty on that, but it was because of that little friendly fire. So yeah, and that's why it's important for Amani right now too, because Okuda might not be available come Thursday.
Yeah, think about it, man. We mentioned Tracy Walker. He gone for the season, man. Like.
Still ain't even seen. I don't know what's going on with Melifonwu, man. We haven't even get a chance to see him. When he was available, he was playing well, but then when he got injured, we just haven't seen him. So
and that's tough. And that's tough. But this surge is a victory. It restores some not just hope, but us being able to talk and discuss the Lions now, because it was damp for several weeks, and it's now the fact that they're in contention,
right?
You know what I'm saying? And they're playing. And the thing that we wanted the most for them was to be able
to
play and be competitive. Be competitive. And right now, 4 assists right now for the Lions is competitive.
Yeah.
And I said it earlier, you wasn't on Big A, but it may not be the way that everybody wanted to be, but I believe everybody thought the Lions would be at this record right about this time anyway.
Yeah. Like I said, the toughest part of the schedule is gone.
Yeah.
You got some winnable games now. You know what I'm saying? You got to take advantage of that. We had a lot of close games, early in the season too, that we could have went out there and won. But, like I said, you just want to see growth. That's all we asking for.
Indeed. So, like I said, we talking good with the Lions, man. Good to see them have a victory. Speaking of victories, man, it was a real close victory this past Saturday, man. I know my heart was in my stomach, maybe a little bit further, but this was an interesting weekend, but we made it through, and now it's officially rivalry week. So I think it's time to switch it up. What did you say, fellas?
Yeah, I think so.
Hey, listen, just a reminder that we will be doing the giveaway today. So, like I said, I'm taking names. I'm checking them twice. So we will be doing the drawing today for the Pistons tickets giveaway. So, like I said, guys, make sure you comment in the comment box. If more like I got all your names, but if I don't, I'll make sure I'm putting them down for you guys to have a chance to win these Pistons tickets today during the giveaway. So, Michigan, Illinois came down to the wire. Michigan prevailed 19-17 off of the GOAT, Jake Moody's leg, which he came through in the clutch. But man, that was a tough one to watch yesterday. Big A, I know you was pacing. I know you got your floors probably welded right now because you was walking back and forth, nervous, yelling, cursing, telling the baby sit down some damn where. It was hard yesterday, but we pulled it out, man.
But listen, why do people ask for punishment? He's sure he want this smoke. Send him the link. But man, listen. When Blake went down, man, I called Big Willie so quick, man. I was heated, bro. I was heated, man. I was like, man, this holding back this plays, like. You know what got me with the game, right? It was like, we had a lot of people out. You could tell they resting people up for Ohio State, right? And it was like, whenever they had to dial up a play, you could tell they went in that, all right, we're going to have to, that good sack over there you got, it's like, let me dip in there real quick. And it's just like, and I could tell, you're not trying to put too much on film, but dude, you still got to play the game that's in front of you. You know what I'm saying? And, I knew it wasn't going to be a blowout, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't expected to be that close. I got to be honest.
Yeah, and, the thing with Blake Corum going out, it changed. Of course, it changed the trajectory of the game. but it also exposed the issue that we've been able to avoid throughout the whole season, and that was the passing game. And because we haven't worked on that passing game like we should, it reared its ugly head this past Saturday. As far as JJ with the throws and the touches, he missed a couple of touchdowns. Receivers dropping passes.
I was about to say that receivers dropped some balls,
and the separation and the schemes. It was all rearing itself yesterday, and it almost cost us. But like I said, we did prevail. So that game was a nail biter, and Illinois matched up well with us because they have a great offensive line and a great running back on their end too. And their defensive side matches up well also.
But you know what got me, Randy?
Big
Willie, when they really needed one, they schemed the receivers open.
Yeah, that was it came through clutch. Just like somebody on Spartan wasn't able to make a clutch kick at the end of the game.
Listen here. Let's listen here. We're gonna get to the Spartans in a minute. Look, Big A, man. Big A.
Go ahead.
Man, I was gonna chew you out yesterday if y'all would have lost that game.
I know everybody want a shot at the throne. I know.
And listen. I was working yesterday. I was actually doing the shuttle, picking up the fans and stuff. So I was actually at the stadium watching the game majority of the time. And again, with the conservative calls, these play calls, and people say, "Oh, it was just cold outside and all this stuff," and there ain't no excuse. You got to play your game.
Yeah.
Let it loose. And JJ McCarthy, he was missing throws and
hold on. Let me interject a little quick, Daryl, because honestly, I don't think is that they're playing conservative. I don't think they have a choice because they haven't been hitting. No, they haven't. I said they don't have a choice but to play conservative because they haven't been hitting on those plays and those passes.
No,
you don't. And
you can just tell.
In that time of the game, you don't want to take no risk. You can't take a risk, especially when you haven't been hitting. So they had no choice. Like, especially going up against Illinois in that defense, you couldn't take no risk. So to me, it was no, especially now and then Blake Corum going down, and the throws wasn't there, the receiver wasn't catching. What other option did you have but to
every big first down they got in that second half was from a passing play.
It wasn't
wide open.
It wasn't
the player was schemed wide open,
but it wasn't deep. You know what I'm saying? It was a good scheme.
You didn't need to. It's not.
But that's playing. You're not risking. You're playing conservative. You got a good scheme. You got something short that you can get over. But it wasn't risky.
Well, the Andre Anthony, you don't have to be risky. The Andre Anthony, if he catch that, that's a touchdown.
But they was doing that because he thought he was gonna get a penalty.
It don't matter.
That's what
the goalpost every time.
But see, that's what I mean, Big A. He missed it. JJ missed a wide over tight end where he could have scored, and it was a couple of drops. So at some point in time, they tried, but they had to go conservative because the plays wasn't working.
No. When Blake was in, they was just trying to run that ball, get the game over with.
But what did I say? What did I say? Because of Blake, when Blake went out, things changed.
You can't say when Blake went out. And that's what I'm saying. I agree with Daryl. You trying to play conservative, and then you like, oh crap, we got a game here. Now you got to open up your bags of tricks. How many screens have Michigan did this year until this game? They went in them bags of tricks of stuff they was trying to save for next week. They pulled out the Eric All tight end crossing route. They ain't done that all year.
Yeah, and I say this too. I think Corum shouldn't have played too much yesterday. I think they should have rested him for next week for Ohio State. Now you're in a situation now that he does play, he's not going to be 100%. If he doesn't get the effort, now hands is going to be on JJ McCarthy.
Blake Corum was on his way to 200 yards that game.
It was Blake good though. He good.
if he wouldn't have gotten hurt, this, like I said, the whole trajectory of the game would have changed because they
for sure.
And then the fact that he fumbled on getting that first down when he got hurt, Michigan was on their way to scoring too. So with him going down, like I said, it changed up a lot of things. But it wasn't stopping Blake. He was going to get 200 yards.
Yeah, for sure. And that's why I say I agree with Daryl. They were playing conservative. They like, hey man, let's keep it simple. Let's do what we got. Oh crap, Blake gone. Now we got to kind of dig in these bags of tricks. You know what I'm saying? You see the screen plays coming. You see the pick plays coming. You saw that. Like all that stuff was schemed up. I mean, crazy, man.
Yeah.
And we also got to realize how many guys we had outside of Naquan going down. A lot of our starters was out that game.
You're missing Trevor Keegan. You're missing Shoemaker. You're missing Edwards. Yeah, you are missing Mike Morris. You're missing a lot of guys. But
can you got any input?
We got the W, unlike somebody up there in the L. The L.
Hey, King, do me a favor, man. Put that panel up. Put that panel up. The busted disgusted can't be trusted. Put that panel up, man.
Listen.
I'm saying put that panel up.
Before you go, man. Listen. Whoever is up there doing Sparty's promotion, y'all gotta fire that guy. Because first of all, he came up with the bright idea before y'all played Michigan to flip the block M upside down, which signifies a W, and then the short name they came up for the stadium is Spanish for but it's L, and y'all losing in your stadium. Like who is the promotion design guy up there? Like, but go ahead.
King, I'm glad you put that panel up there, man. Busted, disgusted, it can't be trusted. It was embarrassing. We had a 17-point lead, not once but twice.
Yep.
I'm faulting the coaching staff, Tucker. I'm faulting him, that whole entire coaching staff. That was a bad second half in overtime, double overtime. It was that bad.
Michigan.
You give up a kick return for a touchdown. Come on, man. And you didn't make no adjustments on the kickoffs. You didn't make no adjustments. And then we played well in the first half, and all of a sudden our defense went back to its normal. Can't stop a parked car. It was. We're not going to a bowl game, man. And we're not beating Penn State. I'm sorry, we're not going to beat Penn State. We're not going to Happy Valley. We're not going to beat them, man. We're done. We're done. The good thing is, though, I'm happy about Michigan State basketball, the way they've been playing. They beat Kentucky and they beat Villanova.
No, we ain't talking basketball.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Don't try to smooth.
No, I'm just saying. I'm happy about that part. But the football, I'm done, man. You lose to Indiana, a team that you should be able to beat. I'm done, man. We're not going to beat Penn State. We not.
You know what's crazy? That was for a trophy too.
Yeah, trophy game. Indeed. But enough about Sparty, because this ain't in-state rivalry week. This is Michigan and Ohio State official undefeated 2 versus 3 rivalry week right now, y'all. Man. We in the midst of it, man. We've been waiting for this all season, King.
The greatest rivalry in the United States of America.
Yes,
damn right. Ain't no Alabama, Auburn. Ain't no UCLA, USC. Ain't no Oklahoma and Texas. It's Michigan. It ain't no Michigan State. Even though I know y'all state guys feel like it is, but it is. It ain't. It is. It's Michigan and Ohio State. Okay. Oh, all right. And I'm looking forward to this week, man, because we haven't been this excited about this rivalry in years. And from last year going into this year, we can be able to do some talking now, because these teams, they're on the clash, and it's going to be I don't see it to where like how it used to. There was a time where we had to hope for Ohio State to make a ton of mistakes just for us to have a chance. Nowadays, it's more like, listen, who's going to take this game over? Whose strength is going to prevail? Whether it's going to be Michigan in their running game, or it's going to be Ohio State in their passing game. Is it going to be Michigan defense is going to lock it down, or is it going to be Ohio State trying to come up with some plays on defense to, take Michigan's strength away? And listen, this is going to be a great week, man. Big A, man. I know you've been salivating on this one all season long, and now we both got both of the teams undefeated going into the final week, which it amplifies it, and also it puts a big emphasis on the college football playoff as well.
Man, like I said, it ain't no other rivalry that's like this, man. And it's always best when these two teams are always, where they at, right? And the thing with this game, right, and another reason why Mike Morris wasn't playing, the Illinois game, it's like if you could take off a game, you're going to take that one off, but we playing in this one, right? And, Ohio State have shown when that weather get cold, CJ Stroud with his old California Venice Beach growing up, but he can't handle this Midwest, man. And Ohio State been trying to get their backs going, and Travion Henderson went out again. The big boy didn't play last week, so it's like, Michigan, we get that pressure on Stroud, man, and do what we got to do, and also, for Ohio State, when that Penn State game when TJ had that game, our defense back, and then you go struggle against Northwestern, you struggle against Maryland, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like physicality in that weather, it hurts, man. Listen, it hurts, man, when you gotta know you running up against these dang old hogs that's coming at you, man. And they looking to put you in the dirt, and then you got them running backs running how they running, man. This gonna be a good one, man. I ain't saying, Michigan got to go out there and do what they got to do. I don't want to see this conservative crap. This is the game. This is the game. The playbook should be totally open. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Let's go out there and do what we got to do. If Jesse Mentor don't get defensive coordinator of the year, man, this year, something's up, man. Mm-hmm. The way that boy is dialing these games up from that first half to the second half, man, is insane. This is the first time this year in the Illinois game that Michigan trailed going into the fourth quarter. That is insane, man. Mm-hmm. That's insane. Yeah. I'm ready for it, man. What you got, girl?
And I want to say that I think Michigan, like you said, they gotta stop this conservative stuff, man. Open up the playbook, saying be aggressive, just punch, and come out there and show Ohio State we coming for y'all. We're gonna punch y'all in the mouth. We want to punch y'all in the mouth early, and if Michigan could continue this, keep Ohio State offense on the sideline. You keep them on the sideline more. And we sustain getting first downs, methodical.
Hold on. Did you hear that, King? He said we. Who is we? Now, don't add we into this. Hey, man. This party ain't got. Did y'all hear that, right?
Man, come on, man. No, we going to fight, man. We going to fight.
Hold on. Who is we, cuz?
No. Man, God, no, man. I gotta finish my point, man. Dang.
You ain't gotta worry about fighting this. You gotta worry about fighting your Sparty brethren after you said.
Man, we done, man. We done, man. We not being Penn State, man. We done, man. I got Michigan State basketball. But anyway,
they owe you.
I think it's a secret blue and May. It's a blue and May shirt up under that hoodie he got on.
Hey.
White.
It's
great, man. It's great, man. Oh man,
I couldn't let you slide, there. I couldn't let you slide, bro.
Man, that's how you gonna do me, man.
I couldn't let you slide, man.
But in all seriousness, the Michigan, they gotta just sustain drives, move the ball, keep Ohio State offense on the sideline.
Yeah,
and that's one of the things you had to go and beat Ohio State. Don't turn the ball over. Keep that offense on the sideline. Play your game. Come out, punch them in the mouth. Play defense. You're gonna win the game. I think they'll win. I think they'll win at least by double digits. They play smart.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's how Michigan game is. Throughout the season, we just gonna pound it, force you to stop us, and we gonna run that clock. Michigan not a finesse team, and that's what the thing with Ohio State. They are more finesse than anything. And keeping them on the sideline is helpful. And like I said, the defense, it has improved from last year, but it don't match up well with what we do offensive wise. They don't, unless they're going, and I think that's what they're going to have to do, is they're going to have to stack that box. They're going to say, listen, I'm going to force them to pass by stacking this box. But even if them stacking the blocks, the offensive line that we got and the running backs that we have, we're still going to be able to get some things going. So we match up very well, especially in this, like I said, the weather is going to play a factor. I just checked the weather. It's supposed to be like 45 degrees, maybe a little snow/rain flurries in there. I think Ohio State just praying for sunny days. Some guy may shine a light down on Buckeye Stadium and cause it to be 70 degrees and everything. But I think, like I said, this game is interesting, and we got a great chance, to come out with the victory this weekend. But knock on wood, cross fingers. Even we got to talk about, even if we don't come out with the victory, do we still have chance to get into that college football playoff with that one loss?
Well, if listen, we gotta go. We ain't even doing no ifs. Michigan got to go 12-0 because if you already see, they trying to give it to USC already. Caleb Williams done hopped over Corum in the Heisman thing. We got to go 12-0. Let's not even leave it up for the debate. Because, if you realistically, if these are 2 and 3, how far do they fall from each other? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Lose to the number 2 team in the nation, you really shouldn't be falling too far from that. But like I said, I believe King and Big A, Duran, I think we all believe, we know that there's some politics going on.
Oh, definitely.
The fact that you got 2 lost Alabama and LSU right outside of the top 4 right now should tell you something.
Yeah.
King, give me my thing. Give me my thing.
Here we go.
Give it to me right now. All right. Big Willie already know where I'm going. He already kind of walked off through the door, right? So I told Big Willie this, right? I say, man, we need USC to lose, and we needed Tennessee to lose, right? To get them out the way. But I say, listen here, Big Willie. I say, if we happen to lose to Ohio State, LSU go to the SEC championship game, I say, Big Willie, guess who's sitting right there at number 7? He like, who? Say, Alabama. He said, ain't no way they going to put Alabama in there at 2 loss. I say, watch them. They not let Alabama drop far. And if LSU go and lose in that SEC championship, Tennessee done. USC got a tough game against Notre Dame, which we already talked about that. And then USC still got to go play in the Pac-12 championship. LSU lose. Alabama is right behind LSU. Who you think they're going to slide in that position? They ain't going to say, well, Michigan, you only lost to Ohio State. You still get in.
And no, of course they're going to use our strength of schedule against us as well.
Yeah, they're going to slide Alabama in there. Look how far Clemson dropped. Clemson it's behind Alabama with only one loss.
Mm-hmm.
They at number 9.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, we're gonna be looking forward to them politics if it happens. But like you said, listen, we just gotta get to 12-0, man.
And then some people want TCU to get in, and TCU they lose, they out of there.
Oh, yeah, they only got one chance to lose. I mean, if they got to go undefeated, but if they lose, they done. I mean, like I said, nobody really wants to see a TCU. TCU reminds people of Cincinnati last year. Nobody really wanted Cincinnati to be in there, but Cincinnati took care of business.
But look, when you really look at it, I say TCU should be number 2. They don't beat more ranked teams.
That's true.
Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas State, Kansas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but how strong is the
Hey, they ranked. They go by it. They say strength of schedule. Teams ranked.
Hey, listen. Hey, I agree with you on that one. I'm just trying to put it out there as far as where the politics is going to be at. Right. Like you said, TCU got one of the toughest outside of Tennessee. I think TCU has the next best strength of schedule, in my opinion. But Tennessee is out of there, and like you said,
oh man, Hooker, man.
And I say this. Alabama should be penalized for paying that damn Austin Peay this past weekend.
Oh no, it wasn't just Alabama; it was the whole SEC who played trash.
This is their week to play the week, but now with Alabama having 2 losses and you're gonna play at Austin Peay, yeah, I think that should be penalized against you. But we gonna see, But we look forward to listen. It's gonna be a lot of trash talk. I know we gonna be on Twitter, we gonna be on the gram, we gonna be everywhere because it's rivalry week, man. And this is something that we all grew up looking forward to, and I look forward to this game coming Saturday. Of course, it's always after Thanksgiving, man. You relax it. You've been off of work. You can sit down and prepare for it, man. This is part of life for us, man. This is part of life. This is growing up. This is everything, man. Then it's everything on the line. Whoo, man! I can't wait.
Me, I gotta stay positive this week. I stay away from them people down there in that toilet bowl. You know what I'm saying? So, listen. The only person I give any feedback to that's outside of this Michigan circle is Duran. He the only one. All you ugly stragglers. Man, I be shooting, blah, boom, blah, blah, right away. I ain't got time for it. But guess what? After that game,
it's gonna be some bottle popping if the outcome is how we want it to be, of course. And I can't wait. Listen. I think we talked Michigan good enough, man. And I think it's time to move on to the next. But before we get into that, the Piston talk, because I feel that's gonna be a real somber moment. I think we gotta get them a little excited. I think it's time we do the Pistons ticket giveaway. Win. What you fellas think?
Absolutely, man. It's time.
Do it. Hey, Daryl, your Eagles had a close one today, man. Did Sue play today?
Yeah, he played. Okay. He didn't play a lot of snaps, but he played.
Okay. Well, yeah, number 74.
Yeah.
That's my number.
Yeah, he didn't play a whole lot today. So
yeah, he got to get that conditioning up. That's
yeah. So, but
I mean, Kirk Cousins ain't wearing a bunch of chains today.
Nope.
They took them off the TV. They was losing.
That's crazy, dude.
What was the score?
40-3.
Oh.
Noma said, "Is his name in there?"
Listen, everyone's name is in here. Listen, I've been adding names since we going. I'm adding these last second names as we speak before I go ahead and do the raffle. Now, to make it fair, listen.
Man, I'm telling you, you a king better not win them tickets.
I'm not even in it, man.
I'm riding with y'all. If King or Big Willie win these tickets,
I'm be like, for me. Listen,
yeah, man.
I got the name. They scrolling right now.
Somebody say how do you get in? How do you get in?
Listen, one, if you made comments during the podcast, and also we put the how to do so on Twitter and Instagram. So if you've been commenting while we've been here, I've been taking your names down.
Yeah, oh, there you go, Party Boy DS.
Well, you know what? He might be the last one because I don't see
everybody else pretty much is.
Everybody else is in, so he lucked up.
There you go.
The last minute. I'm gonna go ahead and get this started. Like I said, I put everybody's name. I'm gonna hit the raffle button, and then we're gonna see. Listen, this is all operated,
Can you show it on the screen?
I'm gonna try to, because I know, the background might show it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get it going, man. So we get these tickets away.
Oh, that's pretty dope, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some tickets, man.
Tickets.
Especially that game.
Yeah, that's real. Y'all ain't gonna be able to see the names. So I'm gonna hit the raffle button, and then but you can see it's scrolling right now. All the names.
Keep it right there. Just keep it right there. That way
it's right there.
It's scrolling. So
keep it right there. Don't move.
Well, I gotta be able to see the button.
See it. Just wait till it stops.
Well, I ain't hit the raffle button yet. I had to see where it's at. Okay. So we about to hit it now and see. Let me see.
Right there.
Is it slowing down?
Look like it. You ain't gotta look until it says.
Yeah, bring it closer to your face and then it'll stay.
No, I'm just trying to make sure I'm hitting that raffle button. There it is.
There it is. All right, here we go.
Let's go.
I think they did the name, but I can't see it. Let me see who.
Hold on, it ain't. We'll let you know.
It went, and the winner is.
Where? Hey.
Daryl Simpson.
What? When I see that long name, I'm like, it's Daryl, dog. I can see Simpson.
Listen, y'all seen it live. There was no Mr. Daryl Simpson, Mr. MSU himself.
Wow,
that's won the tickets
to the
Pistons.
Listen, that's what's up, man. That's what's up.
Oh man, I know he been all right. Listen, I didn't do it. It was a raffle. Okay, it was.
Wow.
It was the raffle, man. Congratulations.
Thank you, man.
It's about as trustworthy as the lottery balls for the NBA.
Why y'all booing Daryl, man? He won it honest and fair, man.
Oh, he got it fair and square. Hey, listen, we had over. we had over 50 entries for this.
That's what's up.
Rig Sparty voting booth. Okay.
Dude, they only
Oh man, listen. Have fun. Listen. Sparty needed a victory right now.
Come on, man. We won in basketball, man. We won in basketball.
Hey, look at this one. Look, King.
Oh my God, man.
Well, hey, listen, check this out. Like I said, you want a ticket. So when you do go to the game, make sure you go ahead, send us some photos, send us some shout outs, man, so everybody can see you having a good time, man. We're gonna definitely make sure that we post it here on We Three Kings, man. Do a video, whatever you got to do. Make sure we get it so we can make sure we post it saying that you are our official winner. And then that's not the only thing. Like I said, this is just the first of many. We still trying to get up to those 500 subscribers so we can have our big raffle. This is a small one. We're trying to do it big. We got some more stuff we're trying to give away too. But this is just the first of many, man. So Daryl, you are a winner. I ain't even have to email. I ain't had to text out or nothing. You right here. And y'all see, I didn't jinx it. I just pressed the button, guys.
Yeah, I see. I see. Be back at the LCA again, man.
So listen, we got to get into it, man. Like I said, I'm glad we had that exciting moment.
Hey, but before you go, like you say, y'all, make sure y'all like, subscribe, and share, man, because, like, we get to that 500. Remember, we still got the 2004 starting 5 jersey patch team that we want to give away. Mm-hmm. We get to that 1,000. We got the 88, 89 autograph starting 5. We want to give away cards. So, hey, and like I say, we got the Aiden Hutchinson autograph we want to give away. We got some stuff for y'all. We got some stuff.
Yeah, so we appreciate you guys for rocking with us, man. But definitely, like I said, we gotta get into this Pistons talk because it's just heavy, man. This is a heavy one. Listen, Pistons still on losing streak right now. Today they had a game today. Hard fought battle, but wasn't able to close it out, losing to the Sacramento Kings today. The third, off this road trip. Actually, to be honest, if you watch the games, they've been in all three of them, even with them being shorthanded. So I commend them on that part. But of course, we know what's going on, man. So King, man, how you feeling, man?
Man, I let off a few shots earlier. It's a common theme. It's something that we've seen before. Today, while I know it's fresh in everybody's mind that watched the game, Dwayne Casey was doing Dwayne Casey things at the end of the game. Jalen Duran continued to sit on the bench as Sabonis just destroyed us in the rebounding department. Just kept giving the Kings opportunities at the three-point line from his offensive rebounding. And on top of that, Jalen Duran was dominant on offensive boards for the Pistons. But at the same time, when it came to the defense, we needed him out there. You kept Bojan Bogdanovic out there. Listen, Bojan Bogdanovic is a great shooter. And at times, his scoring is much needed and much appreciated. But at the end of the game, this Bojan pushing the ball up the court instead of one of your guards, it has to stop. He turned the ball over continuously. That is not his game. It wasn't his game in Utah. Well, God damn it, it's not going to be here. You got to get the ball in Ivy's hand, Killian's hand. They're guards. It's what they do. So we don't need you pushing the ball up like Blake Griffin, like Kelly Olynyk. It didn't work with those guys. It's not going to work with you either. So Dwayne Casey has to, as a head coach, put his young guys in better position to win basketball games. And it's not just something that I'm making up. Man, Twitter exploded about the very same thing. People were angry because Duran is sitting over here on the bench. Ivy stayed out an extended time in the fourth quarter. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, what are you doing? What are you doing at this point? Are we really doing this tanking thing? Because that's what people feel like. You know what I'm saying? So put them in better position. You're stunning their growth. Put them in better position to be successful.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. So yeah, like when they played like the other day, they played the Clippers. They had a chance to win the game. And it's unfortunate that the same results again. Dwayne Casey being Dwayne Casey when they played the Lakers. And I watched that whole entire game when they played the Lakers. Didn't make no adjustments. I mean, Anthony Davis was Anthony. He got off with 38 points.
Yeah.
And he had a double-double. I mean, like a big man. We didn't have Isaiah Stewart.
They blew on him.
Those refs was
and it was horrible calls. It was horrible.
I mean, he had 7 foul calls on our 3 big men in the first quarter.
Yeah, it was horrible. Woo. And I was and King, you brought it up in the video the other day that this out of the 6-game road trip, that Lakers one should have been the one we definitely should have won. They had the chance against the Clippers. Even Kawhi didn't play. Even Kawhi didn't play a whole lot. Killian Hayes played good defense on Kawhi. They wasn't good enough. Paul George did Paul George things. Now in the Sacramento, why is Duran on the bench? Sabonis. I looked at that fourth quarter. Sabonis got them offensive rebounds, and then it was kicking it out to Kevin Huerter, hit the three. And they turned the ball over in key moments, and it was.
There is some blame. I would say it can go Casey's way, but it's a catch-22 when you watching. I was watching it too, and I was saying like, damn, we could have used a Duran a little bit earlier. I can admit, but it's like where we got to also remember we are shorthanded, and those key moments, those key times, it's a damn if you do, damn if you don't. Because putting Duran out there, it helps us, on the rebounding tip, and on a defensive tip, but we also have to take an offensive weapon away. And are we willing to risk that? We're bringing in the young guy. It's questionable. Now,
I'm gonna let you finish first.
Especially like if you watch from game to game, you will see like the lineups have changed at the end in the fourth quarter. So it's not from a lack of effort. It's just that we're just trying to, for me, from what I can see, trying to find what pieces that could fit in that fourth quarter when we need that stretch run, especially now. Like all these games came down to the fourth quarter, and every game that we've played on this trip, we had a different lineup going into the last minutes of the fourth quarter. So to try to, like I said, seeing Joe Knox out there in the fourth quarter, he was like, "Why is not Joe Knox, Kevin Knox?" But he was hot this game. He was like, "You need a hot hand." Mm-hmm. But normally you wouldn't see Kevin Knox in there. The night before, Killian Hayes played all the way through the fourth quarter, which we normally wouldn't see Killian all the way in the minutes of the fourth quarter. But he was hot that game. But what ended up happening, he fouled out. Mm-hmm. So there is some blame to go on Casey. But if you watch it from game to game, it's like, okay, I'm trying this and trying that. The only thing that I haven't seen is them leaving Duran in at the critical minutes, which I feel like that may be the next step because we're still trying to find pieces and find it out. Especially now we got Stewart out, we got Sadiq out. And, of course, K being out. So it's going to be like and then I've seen a lot of people saying, well, take Bohan out. He wasn't hot today, but every other game he has been. So it's kind of hard. Like, damn, he's my best shooter right now. Do I really want to pull him for who else? Like, who else do we? It's hard. But like I said, that's part of coaching. It's part of the coaching of coaches. Like you're trying to figure out what's what. Is it more important to get out there, have somebody out there that can rebound and get you and keep them from getting second chance points, or is it more important to have somebody out there that can hit them critical shots at the end of the game?
You're a nice person, Willie. I'm very nice person. But nah, bro. Them last two games, it wasn't more about guys couldn't hit shots those last two games. Yeah. They just couldn't knock. Guys shot horrible. When Killian's your best shooter from 3-point land, that says a lot. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So guys could knock down shots. But tonight, Bojan Bogdanovic.
I would say this was his worst game out of seeing him as a Piston.
Man.
And, towards the end, like first half, he's always good first half.
Right.
But the end of the game, he frustrated. Like, listen, take the ball out your hand. Let somebody else operate. So I can agree on that one.
Yeah.
But that's why I say it was hard for me, King, because you seen him before early in the season in several games where he was the only thing in the fourth quarter.
As a head coach, it's all about what have you done for me lately. And tonight, Bojan in that second half was terrible. He was turning the ball over. He was not passing the ball to guys when they were open. I seen Ivy twice wide open. He wouldn't give him the ball. I get it.
So, King, let me ask you, who would you take him out for and bring in?
You got Bagley on the court, bring Duran in. You know why? Because you were simply getting beat in the paint by rebounding. They had so many extra possessions.
They had Kevin Knox in at that time too, right?
No. At this point, it was Burks, Killian, and Ivy, along with Bagley and Bojan.
Bojan, all right. The starting lineup.
Right.
Okay.
Nobody could rebound a basketball, so you got to throw Duran in there. But at the same time, you need Bagley because he was having some success offensively out there with his length. He finally got a chance to get it going. So that you got a too big lineup out there.
They was out there bullying them today, man.
Yeah, they was tough on them today. And the refs ain't help either. No. The refs, they didn't help either. But in that fourth quarter, he came out there. He was able to get things going. You bring a Duran in simply for rebounding purposes and defense because that's where you were getting killed at. So it's just like what we've been talking about over the last couple of weeks. What good is my scoring, which we were doing through Bagley and through some of the other guys, if I can't stop the other team? And we just could not stop them. They had extra possessions.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, as a coach, Casey has to say, hey, man, listen, I love you, Boyan, but right now I need rebounding and defense. Any other coach in the league is doing that. But Dwayne Casey, sometimes he's long with his decisions. Sometimes he gets stagnant with, guys out there. Yes, he's hot right now. Keep him in the game. But when things cool off and when he's starting to hurt you, you got to make that move. You got to get him out of there. You do it with the young guys. You do it. Hey, if young guys ain't knocking shots down, or if they do something they ain't supposed to do, you take them out of the game in a heartbeat.
I agree with that because, like I said, Duran would come out, Killian would come out. Ivy, they'll put a, and normally, like you said, that would be normal because, like I said, a lot of those young guys, when they're not making a shot, they kind of get into their heads, and you would think a veteran like Boyan will overcome that. But in this instance, like I said, him not paying attention to the defense coming in, taking the ball away from him, and the shot wasn't falling, it's critical. But then it's like, but damn, I've been able to trust Boyan this whole time, though. So it's kind of like to me, it felt like it's a catch-22. Not trying to make an excuse, but if you watch it from a coach's standpoint, like, damn, if I got to have my best guys out there, he's been the best guy I done had all season. Like, I got to give him the opportunity. But like you said, it's going to come down to, like, right now, like, especially now when we're down all our starters. Like, I still consider Sadiq Bey a starter. We're down 3 starters. So, yeah, you're going to have to make some real critical decisions right now when it comes to these games. And just being – but the thing is, it's been entertaining, even though they're losing. But this road trip has been very entertaining.
They have.
To be honest with you.
And I believe – no, go ahead.
And I was about to say, listen, I stayed up for both of them games the other night. I thought, usually I'm sleeping. I'm in the bed at 10:30. I'm asleep. But I watched both of the games, and they both were entertaining games to watch. And even tonight was an entertaining game to watch. So I can get that, but you would like to see them work on closing these games out.
Yeah. That's the next stage of growth right there for the young dudes, man. Go out there and learn and figure out how to close these games because you don't have your closers available right now. K's out indefinitely.
And listen, we got to talk about it. Listen, the word on the street is K's going to be out for an extended period of time. They say up until May be done for the season. Yeah. Which I know that kind of, everybody's heart sunk and like energy left the building when they heard that. It started off with just, okay, let them rest for a couple of games, but look at it a little bit more serious. That definitely changed the expectations of what we have for the Pistons. When we made our predictions, we always say, knock on wood, when healthy. And he was the key piece of that. So he's our focal point for this team. And I know a lot of people, he's hurt now. We need to go ahead for that lottery. We need, when Wembanyama, it's like, that's not really this is not what I wanted. Listen, I don't like the tank thing.
I don't either.
I don't go for the tank thing, not for the Lions, not for the Pistons. That's just not the style. Listen, I want guys to play hard.
Now, peek me with this, Willie. If it was the Lions and NFL, fine. But this is the NBA we talking about. There's no guarantee you're going to get a top 3 pick.
Thank you.
And that's the dice that I'm not willing to roll because we're the Detroit Pistons. It's no way they're finna give us another number 1 pick. I'm sorry. That man's going to a big market.
They said, you got 1. That's enough for you, Detroiters. Y'all don't need no more.
We get 1 every 35 years. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I'm not really in the business of that. A lot of fans, we lose, bro. We still end up with the 5th pick. Right. That's just how it is. You know what I'm saying? So
7th pick. That's what we usually get, the 7th,
right.
8th pick.
Right, the 7th, 8th.
That's
pick.
true. That is so true. That is so true.
It's like, bro, I would love to see Wemby on this roster. You best believe I would.
Y'all like 7 Mile. Here you go.
Right. But at the end of the day, man, it's not something that's trustable, man. You throw away everything. Now, here's the thing: we are missing K. But we still have an opportunity with these short-term injuries for everybody else to get healthy and for the Pistons to play some good basketball. Not saying that they're going to make the playoffs, but we have an opportunity to see these guys progress. It's the taking the positive out of the negative with the K situation. Guys getting an opportunity to get some minutes and to go out there and develop and get better.
Exactly.
So when K returns,
we'd be better off.
Exactly.
Now, I would have to say this now. And in watching this past week, and with K being off, hey, the kid gloves is off for Killian. Yeah. He's been playing.
He's been playing.
He's been playing. So there's no more. Like, listen, we had earlier on. Let's let him find his footing. So don't worry about shit. But now that Cade is out, ain't no way Cade should not be playing in that starting lineup. I mean, Killian playing that starting lineup.
Mm-hmm.
And if it comes to the point where they move him off that starting lineup, that's a problem. Like he should be right now. Like the green light for you right now is more than ever. Because I believe the spotlight is more on him now than ever.
Yeah. Dwayne Casey mentioned that. He said, hey, listen, he don't have another guy looking. He don't have to look over his shoulder right now.
Right.
So this is go time.
This is it. It's vamped up now. It's like, okay, it's go time now. Let's get it.
Yeah, and then with another guy and Ivy, you got to, if you want to be the guy to have the basketball in your hand, you got an opportunity right now.
Yeah.
And you know what? And I think that's a lot of people's problem with Bohan today, because Ivy needed to have the ball in his hand, and because he was getting there. He was getting to that rack, man. Let's get him and let him go. And I think they need to go fourth quarter. If he's in there and we close, get him and let him go.
Mm-hmm.
Let him go, because it was time at a time where the defense was just standing around. He just went.
Man,
the boy gets to the rack, man.
Yeah, he does.
I just hate when he comes down. I'm praying every time he comes down, because he hasn't learned how to land or come down properly yet, man. My God.
Yeah, that's a lot on your body, man. Then like with Ivy attacking that basket, that's why I want to have a guy and Duran in the game, because he's the cleanup guy. That's what he was doing for Ivy and Killian today. When the shots came off, he cleaned the shots up, man. He was able to put the ball right back in the basket. You need that. Man, it's
time, King. Listen.
We just got to go get Drummond, man. That's what we
Listen, he loving it over there in Chicago, I guess. But I've seen with the guys being out, those 3 stars being out, it's time for him too. Like everyone wanted to slowly bring him along. But at this point, listen, we're going to throw him to the fire.
Yeah, we're going to have to. Get the kid out there, bro. He's 19, he grown, he got a beard hair on his chest. You got to throw him out there now.
Right.
Yeah. Another thing, too, I don't know if y'all brought this up earlier. The Pistons bench scored 55 points. Off the bench today. Yeah. And that's a season high.
Burks got a big part of that.
Burks, man. Knox showed up today.
Yeah.
Showed up.
Yeah. Hey, and
Kojo.
Can't forget about my boy Kojo.
Listen. You gonna hate me for this, Willie. I know you gonna hate me for this. We might argue. But bro, for every damn shot he was knocking down, he was giving up on every shot they made was on Kojo, bro.
I mean, it should be. He's short and slow, man. You got to take advantage of that, but it's good to see him coming back around.
Hold on, Willie. Did you just describe yourself short and slow?
And if I was opposing team, I'd go after me too. Let's go after that short slow one right there. We're just going to keep shooting over his.
He played well. He played out of his mind on the offense, man.
I mean, to be honest, the whole team offensively played well today.
They played well.
Which is a good step for us. But like I said, we gotta have an emphasis on this defensive side, because we haven't been able to stop nobody.
How many games have we lost since going into last season because we're getting beat in the paint, bro?
Yeah.
How many times are we gonna keep doing this before we say, hey, we got 2 towers. Let's throw these towers in here together and see what we can do.
I know one thing, Pistons was listen to Big A. Y'all bet not draft Hunter Dickinson. I know that.
Yeah, we don't need.
If that's the case, we can go back out into Minnesota and go get Luka Garza back. He just showed out the other night. You know what I'm saying? So we could have kept him. I would rather have him than Braxton Key, to be honest. So I mean, straight up. I'm being straight up. You know what I'm saying?
But I feel like right now we need some dogs, man. We gotta get a couple of dogs that's just out there for them purposes. Listen, I'm just out there just to cause havoc and and grab boards. We need a couple of dogs, man.
You know the word we say when we on the phone. I can't say it on stream right now, but we need some of that energy. You know what I'm talking about.
We need some black Air Force One energy. That's what
There
we
it
need.
is. There it is.
That's what we need.
So what do y'all chances think they got against Denver? You know, they got to go against Jokic, man. That's gonna be another.
He gonna tear us apart, man.
Right,
simply because of what we've been doing defensively when it comes against these bigs. These bigs have been showing out. Guys, bigs off the bench have been showing out on us, bro.
Mm-hmm. Listen, Jokic, he can beat you inside, he can beat you outside. That's why he's always an MVP candidate, man. I don't even matter if we if we had some top-notch big defenders out there. Jokic is Jokic, man. He gets everybody fit.
But see, the key is he gonna get his.
Let everybody else get nothing.
And that's the thing about him. He gets everybody else involved so well too, man. He's a great passing big man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Jokic he's top tier, man. You watch him like, man, you would think the way he looks is deceiving, man. The boy can ball.
Yeah, then you got Jamal Murray out there too, man.
He's back. Yeah. He's back. Listen, man. Denver, man. If all those guys was healthy, man, they damn sure would make some noise with Murray and with was it Porter Jr. out there. If them guys was healthy, man, with Jokic and Denver definitely make some noise.
Then we got to worry about
you know who is struggling too, Big Willie, and they ain't got no big man. Your boys over there in Golden State, man.
Yeah, it is. They sent their big man down to the G League.
Yeah,
Wiseman.
Yeah, Wiseman down to the G League. But like I said, they're Golden State. It's they're struggling, but it ain't gonna be for long.
Yeah, okay.
It's Golden State we talking about.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, man. They better go and call Dwight Howard, man. He over there in China throwing up 89,000 points, 62,000 rebounds.
Right. He over there playing like Chet Holmgren, the biggest dude.
Listen,
6'8" over there.
Hey, listen, I was just about to say something that was gonna get us banned from TV, but I'm gonna keep quiet.
Oh no, man, don't go there. I know where you about to go. Don't do that. Good Lord. They gonna be coming for us.
Exactly. But all is well. Like it's looking like like you said, people are gonna talk now that Cade is out.
Yeah.
We feel deflated, but there's still opportunity for these young guys other young guys to grow. And like you said, we can't, the tanking thing. I know people like you said, this is not the NFL. We're not promised that number one.
Mm-hmm.
We could beat three. We had a worse record in the league and end up with, like you said, the 5th or 7th spot. It just sometimes, it is what it is. But it would be nice though. I ain't gonna lie to have that. I mean, with him, we could talk about for a second the type of player that he is. Do you think he will be the number one guy and Cade will have to slide over to that 2 guy?
I mean, for what he does on the court, nah.
Who?
Those guys will be able to share the court together.
Victor.
Wemby.
Why would Cade have to slide over? For one,
I said the type of
selfish in the first place.
Right. Yeah. That's what I mean. The type of guy that he is. That's what we, because you drafted him at number 1. Like outside of the Pistons, anybody else that drafted him at number 1 is primarily drafting him to be the number 1 option, right?
I think
I
think us fans, we hold that a little bit higher than some of these coaches.
Yeah.
They don't care if you was drafting number 1, 2, or 3.
Right.
Listen, bro, the right person's gonna get the ball in their hands.
Exactly.
We seen Corey Joseph out there on the court with Cade and him pushing the ball up the court at times last season. So like I said, I think we hold that to a higher standard than these actual coaching staffs do, because Jaden Ivey, you know what I'm saying? You gotta feed him too, right? Mm-hmm. But he's also not a selfish player himself. Right. So bringing in a guy like Wemby, who also is a selfish player, man, it just fits together.
And I'll tell you why he ain't gonna be the number 1 option. He gonna have to hit them weights, man, for sure.
Oh yeah, he definitely.
There you go with weight discrimination again.
Whatever. You was over there talking Chet
Holmgren.
But y'all was also screaming bowl, bowl, bowl too.
No, you just took the words out of my mouth. Now listen, in free agency, do you go and you re-up and you try to go and get a Bobo? Because he's playing out of his mind right now.
He's playing, but we've been discussing all this time how we need physical. Bobo
he's been blocking shots.
Yeah, but what we're asking for, listen, he could be an addition. I wouldn't knock it, but
so why take Wemby, who was also 82 pounds, and not take Bobo?
Because I wouldn't say not take Bobo, but shit, Victor is that boy is special.
He is special, but I mean, Bobo pulling up from 3 too.
He was doing that in college.
Yeah,
he was over there pulling up. But the problem with him was him coming into the league. He had injury too. The same thing you said about Chet is the same thing you said about Bobo. Reason why we don't have Bobo right now because he couldn't pass the physical because of that foot. Big guys over 7 foot and 8 feet, it's a problem.
That's just something common with those guys. Yeah, it's common with those body frames. I'll say that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
because LeBron just bumped Chet and Chet fractured his foot. Like, you know what I'm saying?
In his ear, man.
Bro.
Yeah,
like, here's the thing, though.
But the risk worth the reward. So everybody's saying Bobo seems to be getting the reward right now. And listen, you got a guy like that's one of the top guys in the league. Kevin Durant, he came in as a string being. Not saying them guys are like Kevin Durant,
big guy.
Kevin Durant is 6'10". What you mean he's not a big guy?
He ain't a big guy, bro.
And see, here's the thing. This is where I with the fan base. Bro, y'all got to stop with. We do this every year. Every year, something that we never seen before. That is bullshit.
They say that about Chet.
We have seen this before.
We have what they said. We haven't seen it here before. We haven't seen it here. We've seen it in other teams. But he is, like I said, a guy. But a guy is 7'5". Like I said, you've seen it, but he brings a little extra to what he has. And it's like he's not a 75.
Big A. Where is he? Who is he playing against?
Exactly. And listen, you knew where I was going.
Wait, hold on. Hold on, because Killian was playing against those same guys.
And look how he struggled when he came to this league.
Who was that?
Killian was doing it at 16.
It's like Killian played against them same guys over there.
At 16. Right. That should tell you something.
But this is the same thing we was telling you.
I'm not trying to get banned.
This is the same thing. This is the same thing we was telling you, Big Willie, with Chet. It was like, look, man, he over there playing in that dang on league where the tallest guy is 6'8", and he having his way, and it's just like,
hold on to interject for you, Big A. That league you talking about with that team he played for, they just beat Kentucky today. But go ahead.
Listen, Kentucky lost to the Spartans. That says enough. But go ahead. So,
and we're gonna be ranked, right? Okay.
You know what I'm saying. But it's just like it's like when and it happens in in football too, man. When you see these guys, they got these incredible rankings. Everybody's saying this and that, right? Just what about 5-6 years ago they were saying that about Porzingis, right? The unicorn. We ain't never seen that.
We hear unicorn every year.
Yeah.
Every year.
I think what it is that it's saying that is unique about him because you're not used to seeing guys 7'3", 7'4", 7'5" that can pull up the way they do, that can dribble the way they do. They're not a traditional. To me, they're not big guys. They're just tall. Like I don't want to consider them big. I just consider them tall because they're doing stuff that you wouldn't normally see as a 7'5" guy. You wouldn't normally see him be able to cross nobody over, come back and pull up and shoot from the center court. You rarely see that. Most guys you think of 7'5", he didn't be down there in the paint, grabbing boards, knocking dudes upside the head, putting putbacks in. That's what they feel when they saying about uniqueness with these guys. Because you see the guy out there, he's pulling up like he's Damian Lillard out there.
Some of these other guys we mentioned did that in college. And that's basically the level of play he's over there playing against right now.
I wouldn't even say that.
But he's also playing some G League teams too, right? And it's another guy people was talking about too that we should try to get, even though we don't need to be digging up on guards and that Scoot. We got to talk about that too.
No, we ain't got to talk about that because the Pistons ain't going nowhere near that. And the problem with that G League team, they just continue to keep taking all the top high school guys and putting it on one team. That G League Unite team can't even win the championship.
I think some guys in our comments, man. I think they'll like a guy like Scoot to come on in here.
Man, please.
This the only
bro. Listen, we getting our ass pounded by bigs.
No homo.
Pause.
Right. You know what I'm saying? We need bigs, man.
Right. We need.
You know what? We listen. We should have had Kofi Cockburn. That's what we should have had.
Yes.
I've been put a tweet out that a while ago. I've been tweeted that out a while ago going into the draft about Kofi Cockburn.
You thought I forgot?
No. It's not Cockburn. It's Cockburn.
It's Cockburn.
Listen.
I don't care. Cockburn, Seaburn. We don't fucking matter. We need a big.
Right now, we're suffering because we don't have the size in the middle.
This guy's.
And right now, we should reach out to somebody that can just fill that hole and that void that we have down there. And it could be the one, Kofi Cockburn. Definitely, with us having a depleted lineup, a Kofi Cockburn can come in that middle. And really do some damage. I mean, really do some damage, man. Kofi Cockburn. Look him up. Where is he at?
I threw an alley-oop to the wrong person, man. No, but we need big help, man. That's just simple and plain. You know what I'm saying? Guys like Nerlens Noel, they ain't about to be around here. We need more bigs, man. Braxton Key is not a big. You know what I'm saying? Isaiah Stewart is a 4. He's not a 5. You know what I'm saying? Bagley is not a 5. He's a 4. We need big. We need somebody else with Jalen Duran, man.
We need bigs that want to play big.
Yeah.
You know, in this league nowadays, they're going away from the bigs playing bigs. They want the bigs to be finesse players now.
Yeah.
We got to find those bigs that listen, I'm just here just to be a dog down here and cause disruption. And I don't even really see guys out there like that, you know, anymore.
Chicago.
Well, it seemed like we only see them when they play against us, because I swear every team we play, they got some young dude that's just throttling us for rebounds and blocking shots.
Yeah,
it's like every team but us, you know, and but Golden State. You know what I'm saying? But they got multiple young bigs, and I'm tired of that. Yeah. I want us to be out there. I want some towers. I want trees down there. You know what I'm saying? And we have them, but we don't play them together.
No.
Yeah. I mean, I think it will come. Like I said, it's still young in the season. Like we still gotta, you know, be able to coach and develop that young guy. You know, we want him out there for. I think we want him out there for more selfish reasons than anything. Because, like I said, you can see what he can do. But like I said, this is a long season. Like this guy, he's just, you know, even though he's young and energetic, the season that he have in college is much shorter than what he's facing in the league. You know, we got to think about the travel, the back-to-back games, going back and forth. Like you don't want to. We still gotta be careful. But I believe we're going to see that, King, second half of the season.
Now we approaching, we getting close, and I got to bring up a topic. I got to set the comments on fire. I got to bring some drama. I had a conversation on Twitter about Jalen Duran. We all love Jalen, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to tell a couple people, y'all got to stop living in the moment and act like y'all haven't seen this before. Andre Drummond's rookie season compared to Jalen Duran's. And the team that Jalen Duran has around him compared to what Andre Drummond had. Who do you think the better player is rookie season?
Dre.
Not Drummond towards the end of the Pistons tenure. Not Drummond for Cleveland. I'm talking about rookie Drummond.
Oh, yeah. Dre would have been. With this roster?
And you can't even argue production-wise because you're going to lose there.
Yeah, Drummond was
automatically took the
L. I'm thinking because
rebounding offensively, defensively,
athleticism. I would give the slight edge to Drummond, just a very slight edge. I'm just thinking about back when he had, because like he was in there with, of course, Moose. I like the Moose though, just a sidebar, but they had more veterans around them. Drummond did than what I believe Duran has. I see people try to compare the two. To me, their styles is different to me. A lot of people say, he's like a young Drummond. I hate when they compare old Pistons to new Pistons. But as far as like scheme goes, I feel like, Drummond, if he would have came in now as opposed to would back then, he definitely because he was bigger. He's bigger than Duran, even though Duran got great size. He was a little girthy, no girthy, homo, especially in the lower.
The lower half, pause. Okay, the lower half, he's a little bit more.
And I think he's offensively, Drummond was a little more efficient in his rookie year than Duran is, but I think that's because Duran hasn't had the opportunity just yet. So I gotta say slight edge right now to Drummond, but if Duran gets a chance, I could change my mind.
And see, that's the thing. Even in Drummond's rookie season, he didn't really get the minutes either. You see what I'm saying? That's what a lot of people fail to realize. He didn't really get the minutes either, and he was super productive. And I get frustrated because the fan base acts like they forget. When we got Drummond, the fan base was excited.
He was the biggest thing in Detroit.
When Sam Van Gundy and his band of thugs tried to turn Drummond into the number one player on the team, then that's where the problem is.
I mean, because early on, him and, like I said, him and Moose been down there, they was saying that could be possibly the next Twin Tower type thing because we had two bigs going down there, even though it didn't mesh with them too because they both was taking up the same space.
Right.
Right.
So, and like I said, Drummond would be better off in this too because the spacing is different.
Right.
You don't have, like, back then, you didn't hear about a stretch four. It wasn't really, the stretch four wasn't a thing back then when they had them guys. So you had the center and the power forward, and them two was like two interchangeable type of guys. It was particularly the same type of guy. But right now, when you got those forwards that's more stretched out, it gives Drummond the opportunity to be able to move around more in that paint without it being clogged up. So he would have had a better opportunity now than he would then. I think he probably came in at the wrong time, if you would say, because he's more fit for this type of era right now because he's big and get them boards, and you give him space, he can work. But back then, everybody was still back to the paint with the forwards. We had Josh Smith out there too.
Exactly. And see, like I said, this Mark Glenn, that argument doesn't work either because Drummond was 18 too. When he got drafted. And use that argument. This argument doesn't work because Drummond got injured his rookie season and he didn't get the minutes. So it doesn't work. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, I'm not saying he's better, but the saying that they're night and day difference, I can't get with that.
I don't agree with that night and day.
Jalen Duran doesn't have an offensive game either. No. You know what I'm saying? It's absent. It's zero. It's literally just rebounding and putbacks right now. So you can't say that they're all this world different. What you're seeing is Duran in a better situation.
Yeah.
His point guard is not Steve Blake. You see what I'm saying? So that's the difference. And that's what I was arguing with guys on Twitter about. It's like, bro, whatever hate you had towards the end of his tenure here, have that. But don't sit here in front and act like you don't fucking remember his first couple of years. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe they got the duct tape between their glasses too tight.
He was, to me, and I always say, I would like for them to have built better around him, but he shouldn't have been the guy.
No, he shouldn't have been made the guy.
Offensively, he wasn't that efficient to be the guy. You need him to, like you said, somebody to set him up, for him to flow.
You need better shooters, and you need a power forward who can stretch the floor. Greg Monroe was not one that can really stretch the floor.
No. He was a back to the basket guy,
right?
Which congested that paint to where everybody can just come in and just hone in, not just on him, but on Drummond.
Right.
So without that room, Drummond wasn't able to grow per se.
No.
Right.
Even when I hate to say his name, Blake Griffin, when he first came in, everybody thought it was going to work out between him and Drummond. It didn't work out.
At the beginning it did, but then Blake Griffin lost his mind and decided, listen, I'm not going to play anymore, which that was his exit strategy. So for a minute it did.
And then
got into the playoffs.
Like Dwayne Casey gave him that green light to be Mr. Point Forward and stuff. Some of the same dumb shit you're seeing right now with Bojan. Mm-hmm. So it's just like, situations play a big part in certain things. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
I guess we got to ask the question. Like, maybe it's time for us. I mean, maybe it may be time for us to. We may need a different set of eyes on this team. It may, people talking about, Casey may move up and bring somebody else. I think we may need that. Not saying that Dwayne Casey is not qualified, but his voice may be going on deaf ear.
Yeah.
And how things are going, because like I said, he's the one that said that this is going to be a top defensive team, that they're going towards that, and they're bottom 5 more than top 5 right now.
Right.
And like I said, I've always been the Casey guy, but like I said, maybe not, have him being a coach. He may need to go up into the, into the, the office and bring somebody else in that could just have a different mold than what we're seeing right now.
And I'm
kind of feel a little stagnated right now.
And I've been saying this for a while since he's been here. Dwayne Casey is not the type of coach that can help develop these younger players. You need a coach that to help the younger players. Dwayne Casey is the type of coach he can be a coach for a contending team.
You right on. His methods are old school.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not working no more.
No.
You need a younger mind in here to develop these guys. You know what I'm saying? Because like I posed that question and I still haven't got an answer.
Mm-hmm.
Who has he developed?
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, man.
If we have like a Mark Jackson or something, you know what I'm saying? Look what Mark Jackson did with Golden State, what he did with them. And then Steve Kerr just ended up getting on another level. Yeah. Well, look what Mark Jackson did with Golden State. If we get somebody like a Mark Jackson, they can get these the players that we have. Pistons would have played way better defense, and they would also have a better record what they have right now.
It's 2 parts to defense, King Yehuda. It's 2 parts of defense. Yeah, it is a mentality. The players have to do it. But at the same time, it's a scheme thing too. And the defense that they play, I despise. I despise the offense too.
Yeah, because Golden State.
Because guess what? I seen a successful group of guards when they played the Lakers. You know what they was doing? They was running old-fashioned pick-and-roll basketball when Killian had the ball. It was working.
Yeah.
So this double, this switch everything crap, you know what I'm saying, that I've been watching, I don't like it at all. Mm-hmm. And I feel like you don't put other guys in position to be successful either. We talking about Sadiq Bey. Sadiq Bey shooting the ball 5, 6, and 7 times. You know what I'm saying? He's only shooting the ball a couple of times.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, he's not going to be productive. Mm-hmm. And most of his shots are not even at the 3-point line no more. They're in the paint.
He's tacking the basket.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So, it's like, bro, it's saying something about your offense.
Indeed.
Especially when you got Bojan playing point guard.
Right.
Yeah. We still got some work to do, man. A lot of questions coming with the Pistons. But like I said, this right now with the K situation, it's going to be a long season. So it's going to be a lot of mix and matching and a lot of adjustments that we're going to have to make. We're just going to be here to watch it. You know, at the end of the day, we're still going to be fans. And but we got to be honest with what's going on.
Right.
But, right now we are approaching 2 hours, man. Don't feel like it, but we're approaching 2 hours being on this show, man. So we just going to, before we go, I also, once again, got to give a shout out to Duran for winning those tickets, man. Listen, it wasn't a setup. I promise you, it wasn't a setup.
Everybody, people that saw it, you saw it live.
You saw it live. And just so y'all know, it's not a setup. We will be doing that again this year. So, because this is the first, but we go multiple times. We're gonna be doing it this year. So please make sure you guys, like, subscribe, and share, because we got a lot more things up and coming with We Three Kings, as well as other things going on with the show. Do want to give some some final takes before we head on out. So Noah, since you jumped in late, I'm gonna let you go first, man. Give you a little final thoughts, man.
All right. Yeah. See, part of the reason why I even joined in on the show was when y'all started talking about Bobo, because I was saying, like, everybody didn't realize that it was Magruder who they was going to trade. And I'm thinking, like, why we still didn't trade him anyway? Because even if he fails the physical, and let's say he didn't get better, which he was going to get better, it was a low risk, high reward situation. That's why I made the rent video last year. Cause I'm like, we could have had Bobo here this year. All we had to do was just say, okay, we'll take him anyway. But they chose not to do that. The other thing about Drummond, he didn't get that power forward realistically until Christian Wood got here. That's when you kind of saw that combination. And I thought that was beautiful. And I guess the final thing I want to say is that, as far as a young coach, who is out there, let's say, quote, if we were to move on from Dwayne Casey, who would you like to see come and coach this team, not named Mark Jackson?
Amy Udoka.
Gotcha.
You know how controversial that name is.
Yeah.
But go
ahead. But nah, man. Great show today, y'all. Lions got the win. Michigan, we go pray for them. Pistons, we definitely go pray for them. And congratulations to Mr. Go Green over here for winning the tickets for the Pistons.
Oh, for sure.
And it's all good, because I know if I would have won the tickets, King would probably still have them in his pocket somewhere anyway.
I'd get to you. Thank you, King. King, put it one more time, King. One more time. Yeah.
Go ahead, Daryl. Go ahead.
But God bless y'all, man.
Indeed.
Yeah, but first, the Lions 3-game winning streak. I mean, I comment on the video early King put out for that Lions. The Lions won the game with all three phases: special teams, defense, especially, and offense. Yes. They ran the football. They played defense. They say, Saquon, you're not going to beat me. Daniel Jones, you're going to have to beat me. Mm-hmm. And the Lions, shout out to that defensive coordinator. Shout out. Oh, man. Shout out to him.
Yeah.
But Lions, Buffalo won today here in Detroit. I don't know why they flying back out. They got to come back, but that don't make sense. But Buffalo's been struggling. I think the Lions believe the Lions can win that game. I believe they can win by double digits on Thanksgiving. That would be nice.
That would be beautiful.
Yeah, I believe it. Buffalo's been struggling, and we can run the ball against them.
That'll be our Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Hey, it usually is. It usually is.
Yeah, and Michigan, like you said, y'all gonna stay the course, hit them in the mouth, play your game, man. Keep Ohio State offense on the sideline. Don't get convert on these first downs. Make these long drives, and y'all didn't win the game. Play your game. I ain't got nothing to say about Michigan State football. I'm done with them.
Shout out
basketball looking good so far. Just keeping up the good work. Pistons still got a long way to go. People trying to jump off the bang with the cliff and all that. Listen, man, the Pistons, they deal with some injuries. They going through the rough part of their schedule. This 6-game road trip, they played very good, close games. They just didn't finish the job.
Yeah, got to finish.
Yeah, and then they got to go against Denver, and that's another tough one. They got Utah, another tough one. They got Phoenix, another tough one. Come back home for Cleveland, another tough one. So this is part of the tough stretch of their season in the beginning. Get it out the way. I want the Pistons to be battle tested, show heart and grit, and they, it's unfortunate with Cade. Man, I was unfortunate with Cade. But yeah, it's just Pistons. Just gotta just play hard, stay the course. They'll be fine. So
indeed.
And I appreciate them winning the tickets, man. I will be down there. Definitely happy for it. Hope the Pistons get the win against Cleveland. So
indeed. Well, we thank you for coming on, being with us, man. It's great that you was able to win, man. But Ken, go ahead, man. What you got?
First of all, one pride, man. You know what I'm saying? Lions have been very impressive over the last game, from the coaching staff to the players. So, you want to see this thing continue. We got a tough game coming up in the short week. Got some injury concerns, obviously. So we'll see how that affect the game. And hopefully the Lions can go out and shock everybody, because there's no way that anyone is picking them to beat the Bills besides us Lions fans. So, as far as Michigan goes, man, it's time to break that playbook open. It's always been a conversation with me and Willie when we talked to Big A about the Wolverines having another gear. You know what I'm saying? And that's just something that's been lingering for the years. I want to see that playbook open. I want to see us attack the other team's weaknesses. That's what I want to see from Michigan, man. This is the game. There's no more holding back. There's no more excuses. This is the game. Let's go out there and kick Ohio State's ass.
mm-hmm.
As far as the Pistons, I mean, everything is everything with the Pistons. I'm not in the win and loss business with the Pistons right now. It's just when we lose in frustrating fashions that, when I feel like we have an opportunity to win games. So, obviously Cade is out, Stu is out, Sadiq is out. We have guys out. We have starting guys out. We have the leader of our team out. But to see these guys go out and perform when you have a Kevin Knox to come and step up the way that he did today, that's impressive to me. To see these younger dudes step up. And, like I said, Dwayne Casey, I have my moments with him. He pisses me off royally at times.
Oh, yeah.
But, it is a long season. We're still at the very beginning of the season. So we just got to watch these guys develop, man. That's all.
Indeed. So, of course, yeah, that win streak, it brightens up these Sundays, man. And to see the Lions playing the way they've been playing these past 3 weeks makes what we do here worthwhile. It gives us something to be able to talk about and not always have to be complaining about, what they're not doing. We could always brag on what they have been doing. And like I said, over these 3 weeks, they've been proving, they've been playing. And today was basically a culmination of both offense and defense that we're finally able to see today. So shout out to the Lions. They don't get enough love because they haven't earned it, but they earned it today. So shout out to the Lions. It's rivalry week, man. I'm excited. I'm on edge, man. I'm nervous. I'm everything, all the emotions, all the above, because this is what, since I've been a Michigan Wolverine fan, I always look forward to every year. And I look forward to this game because there's so much on the line. And it feels good when these two play, when there's something on the line. And that's what will just make this game that much special. So I look forward to that and chop it up with any Ohio State or any other fans about it, because listen, we here and we ain't going nowhere. The Pistons, of course, like I said, we just going. It's going to be an experience, put it like that. So we're just going to have to see how these young guys growing from what's going to happen, who's going to step up in these roles, and basically see who we're going to be looking to retaining for next season. I look forward to a lot of these young guys growing and stepping it up and filling these roles while these guys are out. Also, got to make sure before we go, I have to give a shout out to our sponsor. Of course, our sponsor is Culture Detroit, located at the Avenue Fashion down on Illinois. 19327 Illinois. If guys, any sneakerheads out there, fashion heads too, because they also do clothing as well. Everybody go down there on Illinois, check them out. Got some great exclusive stuff. So if you ever need to buy, sell, consignment, if you're looking to, they have it to where if it's a shoe that you can't find or it's a release, you'll be able to go in and put your deposit in and be able to get it for you, man. These guys work hard down there. So check them guys out, man. If you guys ever need anything exclusive shoes wise, make sure you guys give them a ring. Let them know we Three Kings sent you. They're going to make sure they take care of you, look out for you. Once again, I got to give a shout out to my man Daryl for winning those tickets today, man. We always appreciate you coming on. It was the luck of the draw, but listen, it could be nobody more worthy than you, man, because you always been rocking with us, man. We always invite you on, so we appreciate you guys for being with us, and also all you guys being with us in the comment section. All you guys who recently subscribed, we thank you. We appreciate you guys, and I want to say if there's anything that you guys would like for us to discuss, give us a shout out. We're on YouTube, we're on Twitter, we're on Instagram, we're on all the social medias. Bring it to us, man, because we would love to bring it up in front of you guys. And we also would love for you guys to come in. As you can see, we got Daryl here, we got Nomas here. We don't mind sharing the spotlight with you guys because we're not only the voice of us, but you guys are also have your voice as well. And we appreciate you guys for rocking with us. So with that being said, listen, it's that time. Take care of your family. Take care of yourselves. We Three Kings out, baby.
Do.